Hi, today I'm going to discuss about memory and also providing some input like how can we improve our memory and providing some basic concepts of memory. Memory is actually a vast topic. It's an important part of our body too. Mm, Actually, I have prepared a note. I will share. Yeah, this is my note. I have just noted down some points regarding the memory. While I researched on this topic, I got some idea about this one. So here I am sharing my insights with you. Actually, the brain, the cerebral hemisphere of the brain has two parts, right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. We also know that we already studied in our in our study time, like brain has two parts, right and left part. Also known as some persons are known as left dominant person and someone is known as right dominant person. These are referring to the hemisphere, which hemisphere is dominant in our brain. That is referred to the left dominant and right hemisphere. And here you can see the image. This is the left dominant and this one is the right hemisphere, and the right hemisphere is mainly for the creative thinking and the left side is for logical thinking. We can connect like left left for L and left for logical LL. So left side is for logical thinking and the right side is for uh, creative thinking. And the specification is also the right side is for controlling the left hand side of our body, and also the left side is for controlling the right hand side of the body. This is vice versa. And also the right hemisphere is controlling the it's for creativity, context and the face recognition, the places and the object. If we are recollecting the person we already met, and that is linked with the right brain, and also the object's name and the places, that's also already it's linked with the right side brain. And the left side is also we also mentioned like it's for logical thinking, so it's for controlling our logical items like controlling the speech language, and for reciting the words name and the letters numbers, those are linked with the um, right side. And the visual memory, it's called the right side brain, and the verbal information is the left. This I have created a table format like this one to linking the right and the left side brain. And if we need to if we need to remember the words we already know, we have studied, then it is a one simple technique. We can remember the words or anything, then we can narrate a story about linking the words. That is the one shortcut to remember the item. The story creation, we can create a story by our own and linking the words together. That is the one simple technique to improve our memory. And the other time in order like that, the long term memory is it's linked with the hippocampus portion of the brain, and the short term memory is linked with the prefrontal cortex of the brain. These are the two terms. Hippocampus is linked with the long term memory, and the prefrontal cortex is linked with the short term memory. And I also already mentioned like that two types of memory available. One is short term memory and the other is long term memory. Short term memory is like it's a temporary storage space, and the information is it will last for a few seconds, or at least for a minute only. And it mentioned like that memory, the brain can only store 2 to 7 items at a time without rehearsal. When we are learning or when we are reading something, or when we are getting one new word or something like that, we can hold up to 2 or 7 items at a time without rehearsal. When we are doing some rehearsal, or try to recite it again, then only it will retain in our memory. And in the short time memory, the data will automatically disappear when the device is off. That is the item. And in the long term memory, the data or information is permanently stored in the brain itself. That is a specialty for long term memory, and it will last for lifetime. It will last from minute to lifetime based on person to person. It will change person to person. The memory capacity or the remembering capacity will vary from person to person. But when how much time we are doing the rehearsal, or how much time we are reciting the same thing, or we are reciting the same item again and again, then only the memory will retain in our brain itself. And the memory is classified as three, like sensory memory, short term memory, and the long term memory. The sensory memory, we already covered short term and long term memory. And the sensory memory is like it's based on the sensory information, like the sights, sound, smell, the stimuli input. Those kinds of items are linked with the sensory information. That is the main item. It's linked with the memory. And the memory is it's importantly linked with our focus and our listening. The listening is actually the three types: pseudo listening, partial listening, and active listening. The pseudo listening is like someone is acting like they are listening, and but they insides they are not listening properly. They are acting. They simply act like they are carefully listening to the teacher, or the tutor itself. And the partial listening, they are listening, but they are not giving the proper attention. Partially listen the item the the speaker is sharing. And the active listening person is like they are fully listen the item that the tutor was shared. That is called the active listeners. These are the main topics I have covered during my study or during my research. And there are some tips to improve. Yeah, there are some tips to improve our memory. The tips like first one is try to be physically active, like do some exercise, regular physical activity. That is really beneficial for the brain health and our memory too. And stay mentally active, like engage in different activities or challenges. for your brain, such as puzzles, reading, writing, or playing some musical instrument. Those kinds of activities are involved in the mental activity. And the healthy diet, like we need to follow some balanced diet, such as in your diet, including fruits, vegetable, protein, and grains that support brain health. And sleep well, that is the fourth point. Sleep well means adequate sleep is really good for the memory consolidation. That is important point. Sleep well. I think around 8 or 7.5 hours of sleep is required for the human. And the next point is avoid cramming. Cramming means too much study in a single time. Avoid like studying materials over a number of sessions. It will give a actually the sessions give you the time you need to adequate process the information. We need some amount of time to process the information. So too much study in at a time, too much study in a single time is really crucial. And next one is structure and organize. We need to grouping the item we learned, or need to structure the similar concepts and terms together, uh, and or make an outline of your notes and textbooks to help to group related concepts. And next one is using mnemonic device, like mnemonic concepts. We need to use some short word, like if we are learning one word, like starting with yes, and starting with a D, or the starting letters, we can join the starting letters, and we try to generate a new word or sentence with the first letter of the word. Then we can easily remember the particular words or sentence too. That is a mnemonic device. And limit our sugar intakes to also take the fish oil supplement. It's really good for the brain and the memory too. The fish oil supplements, that is the important tips for improving the memory. And other concepts I didn't mention here, but one more tip I got, like we must involve in some brain gym activities. That is really helpful for our memory and brain too. So just do some uh, to get some insights of brain gym activity, and try to uh, involve those. It's a simple kinds of activity, like it's a simple kinds of hands exercise. It's simple item. So just try to learn the brain gym, and try to do the brain gym activities. Hope everyone enjoyed this session. If you have any doubt or concern, please let me know. Thank you. Thank you for your time.